When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com. Ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you.
Hey everyone, Francis Beck here, Western New York Athletics, and welcome into the Western New York Media Care post-game show of the Class AA football semifinal. It's the Bennett Tigers beating Cicero-North Syracuse 38-0, and they continue on to the state finals next week in the Carrier Dome. Francis Beck, joined by Tim Chifa, and you know what? Bennett put on a show. You kind of said the same thing. I'll be honest, you guys out there, I was least confident in Bennett winning going into this weekend, and as it turns out, they're the only winners this weekend, the only team that'll continue on.
Yeah, we said during the halftime show, Francis, that I think Bennett they kind of championed the whole us against the world mentality, and the way they played Tuesday, the way they played tonight is just hats off to them. I mean, that is just a spectacular performance by a great football team, a well-coached team, very disciplined, very hard-nosed, hard-hitting, just old-school, punch-you-in-the-mouth type football. And, man, I am really, really impressed. They control the line of scrimmage. You can't score on these guys. And again, we keep saying it. Jaden Lewis, are you kidding me? Mrs. Lewis, if you're watching again, I know we saw that you watch our pregame show. We appreciate that. Mrs. Lewis, your son is having a year that you can't even fathom that. Like you can't think like that. You can't think to have 12 interceptions, 7 go for touchdowns, and a fumble recovered for touchdown. That is a career. That's a career for somebody that played 4 years of high school.
Well, you were saying earlier that's decent for a team. If a team had that,
it's really good for a team. I don't. We were trying to find stats, but I really would like to see what the record is for interceptions in a season by a single person, because I can't imagine it being more than this. I really can't. It's just hats off to these guys, and Rashad Perry. He's such a beast, man. He's so good. He's so good on this line. This is something special. And Tom said it, and we're towards the end of the game. This might be the next player you see playing on Sundays. He's that good. He really is that good. And Dominic Allen also. The 6'3" running back. It's a very unique look because he's so tall for a running back, and he runs like a deer. He's gone when he hits the outside. And man, this is a very special team to watch, and they play to their strengths as good as any team I've ever watched. They know what they're good at, and they keep doing it over and over again. They run the ball, they win the trenches, and they play fantastic defense.
Yeah, I don't think they have had any more than maybe 4 pass attempts, and probably 3 of them were at the end of that first half.
It's not because he's not good though. He's a good quarterback. He throws a good ball. They have good receivers. They just don't have to. They just don't have to. They control the line of scrimmage. They run the ball. They control the clock, and you can't score on them. You can't score on them. Like now, we got to give paint the whole picture. Okay, we talked in the pregame show about North Syracuse's quarterback. He wasn't on the field. And we didn't even realize, I think, till the third quarter, actually, that number 12 was actually playing quarterback, not number 10.
And 12 is their leading rusher.
So we apologize for not mentioning that during halftime. We actually didn't notice because we weren't given too much information by them. So we just kind of, found some stuff on the computer and stuff like that. So we apologize, but it looked like they were missing their starting quarterback. We tried to find out from the guys that were there why. They really couldn't find out too much information. But Bennett really they took control of the game on a short week with not a lot of rest. I mean, that's going to be a fun bus ride home.
So Bennett moves on. So next week to the state championship at the Carrier Dome. They will play at 3 p.m. A week from today at the Carrier Dome. They'll face the winner of Section 1's Carmel and Sections 9 Newburgh Free Academy. We'll find out later tonight how that game all came out, but they beat CNS 38-0. I guess as this Bennett, this was probably, I think, because, they had all those issues that they faced a week ago, this past week. This was probably their toughest test, the 3 days in the middle of a holiday. I don't want to say easy skating for next week, but at least you now get a full 7 days to take on your opponent for next week. And I think in some ways this is one of your toughest tasks. It's just from a time standpoint of winning this game.
Yeah, Francis, I think the focus for Coach McDuffie has to be, hey, fantastic job. Again, it's us against the world. We keep proving that we are the best team around, but job's not done. The job's not done. Let's celebrate this win tonight. It'll be a fun bus ride home. Have a nice Sunday off. Enjoy yourself, rest. But then Monday, we still got one more game to achieve our goal. Our goal is not to get to the state championship game. Our goal is to win the state championship. So amazing job. Hats off. Enjoy this win. But I think Coach McDuffie's not done yet.
And as Stu pointed out on the broadcast, if Bennett is able to win next week, they'd be only the second City of Buffalo team to win a state title. And the first was, of course, 2015 with that South Park team led by Tyree Brown. And, of course, it was South Park that actually ended Maine Endwell's streak back years ago, the long winning streak that they had in New York State. So a chance to make history for Bennett. And I think you have to, we talked about all they overcame. You have to feel really good for those Bennett kids. A lot of distractions outside the field, and they focused.
Yeah, you know what, Francis? Sometimes in sports, when there's things, when there's a lot of outside noise and some things that they can't control, sometimes that actually brings you together even more. And you could tell the way they conduct themselves on the field, the way they treat each other. This Bennett team is a family. From the players to the coaches to the parents to the teachers, this Bennett team is a family. They stick together, and they are trying to accomplish something that they probably dream as little kids.
Yes, certainly. Just a recap of the weekend: Jamestown, then Class A, they fall to Christian Brothers Academy, 20-18. Then in the game before, it was Maritime fell to their opponent. Oh man, I'm drawing a blank here on against Maine Endwell.
Same team I've forgotten.
yeah, they lost to Maine Endwell, but it's Bennett moving on to the Class AA finals in Syracuse, and then of course we had Syracuse, St. Francis fall to Iona Prep in the Catholic state title game earlier today. So that's a recap of this weekend. So it's the Bennett Tigers. They're moving on to the state finals next weekend. NFHS will be there. We'll have some sort of coverage here in Western New York Athletics. We're still ironing out those details as of now, but we'll try to get them to you later in the week once we do. But again, it is the Bennett Tigers 38-0 winners over Cicero-North Syracuse. They move on to the Carrier Dome next week. So for Tim Chifa, I'm Francis Beck. Thank you for watching the Western New York Immediate Care post-game show, and be sure to check out more of our post-game coverage on our social media pages. Have a great night.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to WNYimmediatecare.com for more information.